Hey there everyone, David at Back Alley Builds again here with you. So I got a small little fix to do today. I figured I'd show you guys how to do it if you guys don't know. So as you can clearly tell, we have a coolant leak coming from this rad hose right here. Now, the problem with this rad hose is I'm not sure how old it is, and it's got a crack on the lower end on the bottom side there that's causing this leak. So what we're gonna do today is we're really gonna quickly replace this. Now, my way of doing it and the proper way of doing it may be two different things, but this is how I do it, so this is how I'm going to show you. Basically, we have the rad cap removed. We're going to remove this right off, this hose clamp here. Now, with that being said, as soon as you pull this and this, it's going to spray coolant out. So what I typically tend to do is I'll pull this end off of here and leave this end connected, but I'll loosen the clamp on this side, so that way it stays on there and just this side dumps out. And what I'll do is I'll directly take this end and push it down, and I have a pan catch down there. So as it flows out, most of it will end up in that catch. So what we'll do right now is I'll show you guys as we break the seal. So now it's starting to leak out a little more. And what we'll do now is we'll unhook this guy a little bit, loosen him off, because now he will spin for us. So we're gonna just quickly do this here. I'll just let the dog pass there. And a little bit of a pain in the ass, but we'll get her. Now it's gonna go. Once it goes, it's gonna go. Keep that in mind. There we go. See, just like that. Now we'll spin that at 90 and we'll let it drain out. Now, hopefully you have some something to clean up the coolant with. Like I said, I got a drain pan down there, but obviously that's not gonna catch it all. So now we'll let it drain for a second. And then what we'll do is we'll pull this rad hose right off. So now that I've spun it, I'm just going to loosen this clamp off a little bit more. Just enough. And then that's going to come right off of there. So I'm just going to spin that. There we go. So that thing is totally off. So what I want to do now is I just want to drain out the rest of this. So now it's empty. And then what I want to do is I want to take and put this right here for now. I want to take and get off these clamps, because these clamps I'm going to have to reuse. So don't mind my video right now, I just have my phone. So we pulled the clamps off right there. So the clamps that were on here are now there. So this we no longer need. This can go over here, out of our way. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this new one from Napa, part number 7303, and we're going to put our clamps on that. Now what I like to do, and it's only personal preference basically, is I just like to aim the clamps upwards, so that way when you're putting these in, you can install them a little quicker and easier. So with that one being said like that, and this one, we'll do the same thing like that. So we got two clamps on there. I know I have them in opposing directions, but that doesn't really matter. We'll take, and this should just slide onto here, just like so. And then this should just slide onto there, like so. Just like that. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to keep squeezing it a little bit because I want to make sure it has a good contact point. We'll take these clamps, loosen them off just a little bit, just to get it so it can move a little bit. That's all I want to do. Because if you loosen them off too much, then they'll come apart, and then it's just a pain. So that's pretty much as far as I want to go with that. So it kind of slides now. There we go. Beautiful. So that's what we want to do. And I want to put it basically just towards the edge, more or less, but a little bit exposed, because what's going to happen is this sticks out about yay far. So that should be connecting it regardless. So now I'm just going to quickly start trying to tighten this up with, sorry, I'm going to be holding my phone while doing this. So we're going to get this guy right here. We're going to get the flat blade, and we're just going to keep tightening it up. Now, on these, sometimes they can be a pain and your screwdriver keeps slipping out, but just hold on, you'll get her. So now, with that one being said, we'll take this guy. Now this guy we also need to loosen off as well. Just enough, because we don't, like I said, we don't want to take it apart totally, but we want to get them off just enough. Now this one's going to be a little bit of a pain apparently, so we're going to have to go just a little bit more. And hopefully we don't loosen it off too much where the clamp comes apart, but it's causing us grief. So what we'll do is we'll line it up right to there. We'll make sure we get this nice and stuck into there. And then what I'll do is I'll take this Now this will work for pretty well most upper radiator hoses. Now with the 64 Galaxy, the tank is right here, whereas others, you'll have your radiator, and then your upper radiator hose typically goes straight into a thermostat housing, whereas this on this cart is the thermostat housing. That's why it has this outlet here. The thermostat is actually located down there and pumps up through a pipe into this unit. So that's basically more or less what we're doing. So we'll just keep tightening this up until she gets nice and tight and snug. There we go, just like that. Then our lower one is still a little loose. So we'll just keep tightening it up till we're nice and snug in there. And basically give this a little movement. We get nothing moving on that side. Get a little closer up, nothing moving there. And we got nothing moving here. So now basically all we need to do is fill this up with coolant. Obviously everything will fill up at that point, the top of the radiator, everything. And that's all you need to do to repair an upper radiator hose. So if you guys want to see, because just for a quick second, this is this style on a 64 Galaxy, and on my 66 Mustang, if I open the hood here, this is the other style, where this upper radiator hose comes from the radiator straight into a thermostat housing, instead of having a tank on the top. That's the only difference, but this application will work for basically any car with an upper radiator hose, kind of like this, or like that 64 Galaxy. Thank you guys, subscribe and follow for more, and have a good day.